So if it were up to me and I was looking at this, I'm still bullish. Now, was I wrong about the fourth quarter, Q4 being bullish? Yes, I was absolutely wrong. And here's why. Look at this. So you can't really fault me for thinking that we were going to have a bullish Q4. But at the same time, we had 4 straight bullish months from April to July. I just showed you that dip and then that run up. So, and then also historically, October was the best month in Bitcoin history. And it's short history, but its history always netted returns in October. And so like to see that not materialize told me one thing. It's like, all right, well, if it's going to be red that month, then maybe November should be, somewhat decent. Nope. Orange Man said, nah, we shutting down, bruh. So, like, and that happened right here. So we had the shutdown in October. I think when did we open up? Not too long ago. But we had the government shutdown. So, like that's a black swan event of sorts, I guess, but it's kind of controllable. All the things are controllable that we've done. The April tariffs have been controllable. That's controlled by a decision of the Orange Man. The government shutdown, when you control all 3 branches of government, that's in your control completely. I feel like these are all man-made, so to say. So when I'm looking at December, which sometimes isn't a good month, and the last time we had a red October and a red November is 2018 right here. We had 2018, and that's the last time we've had 3 straight red months in Q4. So I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, we could potentially go up here. We could not. I'm not all the way sure. But what I do know is I'm still bullish. Why? Well, look at this. So when we go to the weekly returns, though, for Bitcoin, and the reason why I look at Bitcoin is because it pretty much the whole market runs off of Bitcoin and how it's feeling, basically. In 2025, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4 straight red weeks before last week. So then we had 1, 2, so we had 2 more. So that would be 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 of the 7 weeks were red. 8, 9, 10. So then we had 8 of 10 weeks that were red. So when you look at this whole stretch, 37th week to the 46th week, it felt bad. No wonder why it felt terrible. Like it was like we were down only for like 2 months. So 2 to 3 months. So like there's a reason why people were feeling the way they were feeling. And then we had the biggest liquidation in history on October 10th. And then that just had a cascading effect in terms of sell-offs for different positions from institutional investors and all that. Ooh, I was going to bring that up too. I probably won't get to all the things I want to bring up. But, we look at the fear and greed, like there's only one way to go from here. So this is probably one of the easiest trades you could ever make right now. Like everything's on sale. Anything that you cop right now is going to be at a low probably. So really this is the time to go shopping. Honestly, when we were heading down here, I mean, we were at like, what was it? Like 3 or 9 or 6 or something like that. It was the lowest actually I've kind of probably seen it. And for what reason? Nothing has changed. The fundamentals of Bitcoin hadn't changed. Nothing had changed. And so then I was just like, well, if that's the case, then I'm a buyer. Like, so I started making moves. I was pivoting some positions and whatnot. And so when I look at something like BitTensor, and the reason why I'll tell you why I look at BitTensor so much, I've already explained it a million times, but you can look at BitTensor here and it hit a bottom and then it just rallied. And so now it's back to consolidating in this area. I think BitTensor is one of the best projects in all of crypto, personally.
Brick by